You are now entering Cinema Chop Shop. Enjoy your day.
Hey, David Wong, tutti fucking fruity.
People that waited in line just to share this experience of Venom, Candyman, Night of the Living Dead, The Rock, Final Destination. But I want you to know you are now entering the
Cinema
Chop Shop. With a top and the pop. Boom, boom, boom.
The Cinema Chop Shop.
What is going on, everybody? What is going on? We are live. We are live. We are live. How are you guys doing on this Friday evening? You already know. To the side of me, I have the usual suspects, Senor Del Boy from Movie Mash. Go ahead and introduce yourself. Looking very spiffy.
Well, I'm the greatest channel on YouTube, even though I didn't make it yesterday because I was still asleep. So it's 5 o'clock now. Just quickly, for anyone who's watching, if you're watching yet, subscribe to my channel, which is Movie Mash. If you're already watching on Movie Mash, go and check out Davey from the 80s over at Cinema Chop Shop. Now, talk about time travel. It's Saturday here at 5 o'clock in the morning, and it's still Friday night where you are. So I'm like a day ahead of you. So if there's any news you'd like to know in the future, I'll tell you now.
Back to the future. Well, we have Scott Walker opening up with how are you going? How are you doing today, my friend? Scott Walker always tapping in and saying hello.
Hi,
We also
Scott.
have
How you doing?
Renamon popping in saying hi. So how are you guys doing today? We got Sean Franklin tapping in saying hello. How you doing, Sean? Great to see you. Great to see you. We got 5 in the chat. Make sure you guys like this video, please. Make sure you like this video, please. We have 5 in the chat. So make sure you guys make yourself welcome. Go ahead and identify yourself. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, identify yourself in the chat. So it's good to see you guys. I'm glad I'm seeing highs in the chat. How are you guys doing on this Friday evening? So we got
Saturday
Sean,
morning.
we got Renamon. Okay, we got 7 in the chat now. Where y'all at? Go ahead, say hi. Don't forget to hit the like.
We have a couple of subjects to talk about today, but throw in any questions you want.
Yeah, don't forget to ask any questions in the chat. You know what I mean? 7 in here. Make sure to like this video so that we can. It helps with the algorithm. You know what I'm saying? So go ahead and like it. You know, ain't gonna hurt you to like.
Yeah, it doesn't cost you anything, and it makes a difference to us.
Oh, it definitely does. But anyway, so we're gonna go ahead and get started. So Del Boy and me were discussing we were just discussing this shit show that's been Blade. If you guys know anything about Blade, this shit has been a disaster. Just the whole production of it has been a disaster.
Production hell, isn't it? It's like production hell. Yeah.
Beyond production hell. You got production hell, you got writing hell, you got freaking directing hell, you got actor hell. Like it's just Dante Inferno in there. You know what I mean? This is what the second director that's walked away, right?
Third.
Is what? Third director that walked away. We have
third. We've had 4 writers and 17 rewrites.
Damn, 17 rewrites?
17 rewrites, 4 writers and 3 directors all gone. Mahershala Ali, who is he's in his 50s now, and he's contracted probably to do 3. He's probably going to go. I've got a feeling he's going to walk. Just my opinion, but anyway.
Yeah, I think he's definitely going to walk. I mean, there's nothing there for him at Marvel. I mean, this is an easy win. Mahershala Ali is a great actor. Blade is a great property. It's a win-win. It's an super easy project to kind of get into. I don't understand why Marvel is struggling with satisfying the actors and writing a decent script. I mean, for the most part, the script's already done for you. There's tons of comics, there's tons of source of material to reference. I don't understand why they are struggling with writing a script that works.
Out in 2019 when he was announced as Blade, Mahershala Ali. That's 5 years.
Damn, 2019. That's a long time ago.
Yeah, 5 years, yeah. So
and we still haven't got this damn movie. The only thing that we've gotten even close to Blade was the ending of what's the movie? Where he's teased at the end of the movie. He's teased at the end of freaking Eternals, right? Isn't he? Where they have at the end of Eternals, they have the dude, the Black Knight guy, and he takes the sword out of the chest, and then somebody says something, and it was confirmed that that was Mahershala Ali's Blade.
It's been too long, I can't remember, to be honest with you.
Yeah,
but I do want to bring up that he because we got Wesley Snipes might take over yet. You know, he might come back to do it. You know what I mean? That's a shout out to Justin. Wesley Snipes is.
What the hell did you just say?
I'm sorry.
I still can't hear that shit. So, you know, I was going to say is right. So let's go and talk about the theory that we were both talking about. So as you all know, or who knows or doesn't know, the third director has now finally walked out. He walked out a few weeks ago. But a couple of weeks ago, Marvel has had Jordan Peele to they've had a discussion, a meeting about some kind of upcoming Marvel project. Now, personally, I'm wondering, is that Blade? Could Jordan Peele be the new Blade? Now, the rumor is that he was discussing an X-Men movie, some kind of possible X-Men movie, right?
Or Midnight Suns. I heard X-Men, Midnight Suns, or there's another one. X-Men, Midnight Suns, or Ghost Rider. That's what I've been hearing.
Well, I mean, to be honest with you, Ghost Rider might be all right. It's just because of his horror aspect and Blade, it feels like it could be a good fit. But now we haven't seen him do anything big, blockbuster action sci-fi. Well, last one's sci-fi-ish, you know. But I got a feeling, a sneaky feeling it could be him. Now, if it is him, how do you feel about that? I still think it won't happen. I still think he'll be taken on, and before you know it, it'll all fall apart again, and Mahershala Ali will just say, "Get out," you know. But how would it go if it didn't? If it all worked out? If you felt Jordan Peele was now the director, how would you feel about that?
I think, look, so I'm with you on the possibility that I don't think that Jordan Peele will be interested in doing this movie. Now, I could be freaking wrong. I mean, this wouldn't be Jordan Peele's first rodeo being attached to movies with iconic characters. You have Candyman, and you also have People Under the Stairs, right? And those are movies that Jordan Peele has been tied to. I know that Jordan Peele is more of an original kind of guy, and I know that him and Universal have this really tight partnership, and I haven't seen him venture away from Universal Studios yet. So there's that. Also, he has his own production company that he's really tight with, and I mean, there is a possibility that he can get his production company to do this movie, whatever movie it is, but we'll see. But anyway, to the point, I can see it happening because it would make sense. One, Jordan Peele's a black director. He makes a lot of black themed horror movies, and Blade is a semi-horror character with horror elements. So I could definitely see that being used and actually working very well for him. What I don't see working very well for him is the fact that he would be the fourth director to be given the project, and I don't see him being very fond or happy that it's like they need to just fill in the gap, and they're just like, here, take this project that's out next year. We need you to just hurry up and put it out.
The fourth choice. You're the fourth
Peele likes
choice.
to take his time with the project.
Yeah. I agree.
Peele likes to take his time with the project, man.
I'd love to see him doing it. I know what you're saying about he's stuck with Universal and he's got a good prop. But the thing is, right, with me, is that, yeah, he's got all that, but this would be a big deal in his career as well, like financially, you know. I'm not saying he's all about the money. Also, if he was that tight with Universal, why even have the conversation with Marvel, you know, or is it just some kind of bait for us all to be, what's it about? I don't know. But what I will say is, if I heard he was on board, I would be intrigued to see what he would bring to the character. But I personally don't think we will see Mahershala Ali's Blade ever. I just don't think we're going to see it.
I think Jordan Peele has handlers, and I'm pretty sure that Jordan Peele's handlers are like, look, even if you're not going to take this project from Disney, just hear them out. Like, you know, maybe it might be something that you actually might be interested in. Who knows? Like, at least give them the ear and actually hear them out. So I can see that happening. But this could be something that could propel Jordan's career into that next stage. If he gets Black Panther, if he gets Blade and he knocks it out of the park, we could be seeing what happened with Ryan Coogler and Black Panther, you know, a nice little partnership, and he could be given more control over the project. But like I said, and I mentioned in our conversation, I don't see Peele taking this project unless he has complete control of the project, like 100%, like Ryan Coogler has for Black Panther. I can't see him signing off on anything. And the crazy part about it is,
what I was going to say about that too. Yeah.
Have you heard about the leaks?
The what?
Have you heard about the leaks? Have you heard about the leak conversations from the Disney executives?
No.
Have you heard anything about that?
No.
So let me give you a quick rundown, and I'm gonna ask, and we're gonna see, or we're gonna just have a conversation if we think that this has anything to do with all the rewrites. So apparently there was somebody that went undercover, and they were talking with very popular, very big Disney executives, right? And during this conversation, they're just having these conversations or whatever, and the people are telling them essentially that Disney's not hiring anybody that's basically white. If you're white, good luck finding a job in Disney. If you're white, good luck trying to getting ahead in your career. If you're white,
or a male,
good luck in getting casted. Right?
Or
so
a male.
Well, I guess they're okay with a male as long as you're not white. But these are supposedly, or this is a video that leaked. Now, I don't know the authenticity of it. I've just heard it in the passing. And I mean that this thing is caught on like wildfire on the internet. And it's been a conversation that's been had on the internet because people have been accusing Disney of this for quite some time, being forced diverse, if that's the word that I'm looking for, like forcefully being diverse. And this would kind of confirm everybody's suspicion that that's exactly what Disney was doing. So the question that I want to pose is, do we think that this type of mind state or this type of approach that Disney has hypothetically, because we still don't know if it's confirmed or not, hypothetically taken, do we think that this is one of the major causes for rewrites with Blade?
Yeah, because most black directors are terrible, so they have to keep rewriting it. That's why.
Well, yeah, but the director doesn't write.
I don't believe it.
The director doesn't write. Not in all cases, at least.
All I'm saying is that look, Disney, anything's possible, to be honest with you, when it comes to stuff like that. But I don't believe that. No, I don't think if they hire Jordan Peele to do Blade as well, I don't think it's just because he's black. It's because he's talented. I still think a white director could have done it anyway. But I don't believe all that. It's just leaks and people just stirring up shit.
Does anybody know the ethnicity of the other two directors for Blade? If somebody knows it in the chat, please let me know. I want to see something. Do you know any of the directors? Do you know any of the directors of the previous Blade movies?
Yes, I do. I do actually. I know the third one was directed by David S. Is it David S. Goyer? You know, the guy who writes every bloody superhero movie like Batman. He wrote the first two Blades. I think he did Superman. All of those. You know who I'm talking about? David S. Goyer.
It sounds Esquire. His name sounds familiar.
All right, so he writes movies, but on the third Blade, he was finally asked to direct. And
he has no directing. He has no directing.
At that point, no. At that point, but the point was, as we know, Blade 3 wasn't the best, and there was a lot of problems. Wesley Snipes physically threw him to the ground. Ryan Reynolds said like there was a lot. He was literally beating up David S. Goyer, and because it was just a nightmare. I don't think it was David S. Goyer's fault, but he's white as far as I know anyway. Yeah. Okay. And but I don't think I don't know about the other two, but hold on. What's his name? Del Toro. He did the second one.
Guillermo del Toro.
No, yeah, he did the second Blade.
Oh, now I'm talking about I'm talking about the directors that walked away from Blade.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah,
Sorry, I
like
thought you meant
who are
in
the
general.
no.
Right,
I'm
yeah,
talking
yeah.
about it. Now I'm talking about what is the ethnicity of the directors that
I
walked away
think
from
the
Blade?
last guy, I don't know for sure, but I think the last guy was white. No, the last guy was black, but the second one was white. So I can't remember the name, but he's the guy who's just walked, he's black. As far as I know, yeah. Bald fella.
Okay.
Yeah, that's all I know. I know his picture, he's black. I think one of them was white, to be honest with you. I don't know. To me, I don't think it's a deal of who directs it, as long as they are good directors and they really follow the material, the source material. They don't start doing shit. I just can't see it being a problem. And with Disney, I know a lot of Star Wars is being directed by females that don't know a lot of shit about films, and they don't like men. I know that's happening, but I just can't see the rest of it now. What do you think, anyway?
I mean, look, at the end of the day, I think it's not that hard to write a superhero movie with all of this source material. I don't think this movie should have went to 17 rewrites. It's ridiculous that we're on the fourth director now. It's ridiculous that you have a great actor like Mahershala Ali and dude's getting ready to walk away. But I want to go through some of the chats. What's up, Perp Minded in the chat? Just give James Wan a bag, he says. He says give James Wan the bag and he'll direct the freaking movie. That's not a terrible idea, I guess.
Not really.
I mean, I would.
Aquaman.
He did what?
The last two Aquaman.
He did. Oh yeah, he did do Aquaman. So he is kind of familiar with that.
Yeah.
How cool would be if Universal sold Jurassic Park to the franchise to Disney? Hell no. That is a super.
So what was that question? Sorry, I can't see it. I didn't hear it. Universal Soldier, did you say?
What? Hold on, I'm sorry. What
Question.
happened?
What was it?
Oh, what would happen? How would they think it would be cool if Universal sold Jurassic Park to Disney? Can you hear me?
Yeah, not really.
Yeah, that's not. Yeah, I'm not digging that. I think that's a terrible freaking idea. I would not want that to happen. Let's see. How did Disney get to the rights of Marvel movie universe? They bought it. Let's see. How does it Disney own the rights to Tobey Maguire's Spider-Man films? No, they do not.
No, Sony.
I hope the vampires will look great in the upcoming Blade movie. I hope we get a damn Blade movie at this point. Sean says, what to be cool if Blade is directed by Wesley Snipes? Does Wesley even have any directing credits?
I think he does. Yeah, I think he does. I think in the end he was responsible for Blade 3 in the end, do you know? But I think he does have some directorial. Whether he's good or not is a different story. Do you think Blade will turn up in Deadpool?
It maybe Wesley Snipes, but I don't know. I mean, at that point, I really think that they would be stretching it if they added him.
I still think Wesley Snipes may turn up in Deadpool.
I mean, he might, but at the same time, it's like, do we need him there? See, this is the problem that I have with movies that do time jumping and shit like that. I don't care about like legacy characters like that. It's cool, but I feel like sometimes you just throw them in there just to be cool. Sean says, how come there isn't werewolves in the Blade movies?
Because it's about vampires, unfortunately, mate.
Yeah,
it's a vampire thing.
I heard Blade will be a side character, and that's the problem that people were having. That they were saying that Blade was going to be like Six Fiddle. Sean talking about Jurassic Park again. Jurassic World 4 started production and filming. Can't wait to see the movie. My nephew is a diehard Jurassic Park dinosaur fan.
All right.
I mean, like I said,
I have some info on that. All right, so I don't know what you know, but Jurassic Park has started filming, and it's going to be a crossover with Scream, and it's going to be filmed in London. How's that? No. Right. So, all right, get this for the story. Now, we were talking about this the other day about the story. Where can they go with Jurassic Park? Because this would be the 7th movie. Yeah. So the story goes, and it was a statement there that came out there a few days ago. The filming starts shooting, and the summary goes: 6 people, 3 adults and 3 children, are stuck on the island and have to survive. And I'm like, is that the story you're going with? That's the summary. That's the story they're going with. 6 people are stuck on the island. Don't know which one, and they have to fight for survival. I mean, like, what are we doing here? Are we just retreading the same thing over and over again? And is that all you can do? Maybe that is all they can do. But to me, that's just like Jurassic Park 1, 2, 3, 4, and the rest
They
of
have
them.
to.
Do you know
They
what I
have
mean?
to do something different. Like it's becoming the same thing over and over again. And the only thing about
it's
it
loose
that's
in
different.
New York or some shit, like it did on the second one, like pure fucking mayhem. You know,
The only thing that they're
Pure
doing different
mayhem.
is they're having like hybrid dinosaurs. That's the only thing that's different, and that
I
like that's
know,
the only
I
way they're
agree,
kind of
but
like
they've done
scripting
that
it
in
up.
the third one. They've done that in the third one and the thing. But I reckon if you let them, all right, time's passed and they're all loose all over, you know, because like let's face it, like they've got flying ones, they're all loose everywhere. They're fighting everyone, not fighting everyone, but they're taking over. Like because it's man against with dinosaurs on the same planet, it's not going to work. And if we start the film off where they are actually now trying, like they're just everywhere, yeah, that would make me more interesting. Like, you know, fight for survival, not like just fight for survival on an island, because that's what we do, you know. So just, but that's
I
all.
think
That's
I
the
think they
news
need to
I have.
just go straight up Planet of the Apes and just instead of apes have dinosaurs and have humans and dinosaurs fight. I think that's the only way to win this.
That's what I was saying. No,
So
really,
look,
it's a fight for humanity now.
Sean Scott has a question, but I want to come back to it after we're done with the Blade topic. So Scott, one of the first questions that you asked about Ghostface, I'm gonna backtrack to it. Give me 1 second, please.
But yeah, so anyway, I mean, what do you think about that? Do you think about it's just being rehashing the same stuff again? Do you think like you'd like to see it move on? Look, maybe there is more to the story than what they're saying, but the start summary is 6 people stuck on an island. Mahershala Ali and Scarlett Johansson have already
Oh yeah,
started filming.
Mahershala Ali is in that movie too, huh? That's
Well,
crazy.
I mean, he's got free time. I'm not being funny. There's nothing else. I mean, Blade isn't really taking off at the moment, so he's got
Blade
to
ain't
do
doing
something.
shit.
You know, and it's a big IP to put your name on, so why not, you know?
Yeah, that's he thought he was getting the same treatment with Blade, but I guess not. Scott Walker said, "I would absolutely love to see a Jurassic Park movie being filmed in my country, Australia. How cool would that be?" I mean, I'm pretty sure at some point, some scenes they probably filmed it somewhere over there. I
I'm
don't
gonna
know.
bring Paul Hogan back as Crocodile Dundee because we need him to take them all down with his whips and that thing that he spins around his head. You know, have you seen Crocodile Dundee? It's a good film.
Yeah, I mean, I'm aware of it. I've never watched the movies because they seem boring to me. But just kind of backtracking to the Blade subject since we got sidetracked. I would love to see Jordan Peele take over the project. Do I think it's going to happen? Probably not. But Jordan Peele would be an excellent director to take that project. I think it's kind of I'd be disrespected to be the 4th person handed the project. That's just me though. But other films that he's apparently been tied to are allegedly X-Men. And I mean that kind of would that go kind of hand in hand with the whole idea that I mean I heard rumblings that they wanted to make Charles Xavier and Magneto black, so I don't know.
I don't mind that. I heard what's his name is going to be in the X-Men. You know, Gus. I keep forgetting his name from
Gus Fring.
Yeah,
he's in a Marvel movie. He's a bad guy. We just don't know who the hell he is.
He could have been he could be Magneto. Do you know what I mean? He could be Magneto.
All right, look, I love Gus, but I'm kind of tired of him playing the same character over and over again.
Villain, but he would play it good if you get what I mean. But yeah,
I think he
agree.
needs to be in a serial killer role. I think Gus should be a serial killer in a movie. I think that would be sick. Miss T says, "I'm late. Sorry, it's okay, Miss T. As long as you're here."
We forgive you.
Scott says they filmed the Lost World of Jurassic Park in Australia. I knew they filmed one of these movies in there. But yeah, so honestly, like I said, I wouldn't be against Jordan Peele being a director of the Blade movie, but will he do it? Who knows is the question. But
if he does, it doesn't matter because it won't happen.
So Scott Walker had before we went off air, or before I went off air yesterday, Scott Walker threw a chat out, and his chat said something similar to this. He was on a horror streaming thing, I guess, and he was asking about a black actor being Ghostface in the future, in a future Scream movie. And somebody named Denisha, who's another subscriber apparently to the channel, got racially offended, and he wants to know why. I'm not her, so I can't tell you why. I mean, I don't know why the fuck people get offended. People get offended for many different reasons. Some people just get offended at the fact of somebody of another ethnicity asking them a question about a racially based question, which honestly, there's nothing off-putting about your question. Me as a black man, like the question doesn't bother me at all. Like it doesn't bother me at all whatsoever. Like there's nothing racially charged about the question. And then honestly, like Renamon pointed out the other day, there technically already is a black freaking Ghostface. If you watch Scream, the TV series in season 3, they don the iconic Ghostface mask, and the killer is Tyga the rapper. So, you know what I'm saying? So technically there was already a black Ghostface already. So, I mean, it's nothing off-putting about the question. It's not a big deal to me. Like, I don't understand why somebody would get offended. If somebody gets offended by that question, then they're easily offended. And honestly, the conversations aren't worth having, because that means that you can't have any honest dialogue with that person.
All right. So let me throw in my 10 cents. All right. So if I was in the cinema, or the theater, as you guys call it, and I was watching it and the reveal was a black person, man or woman, I would catch my popcorn and my drink and I would throw it at the screen and leave. I'll be like, what the is going on here? A black villain. The reveal was a black person, because there's 6 people in the film. 3 are white, 3 are black, and I discarded 3 black people. It only had to be those 3. Scream, the villain is anyone. Yeah, it's everyone. You don't know who it is. If you just say it can only be the white people, then all the black people that are on the film are automatically, well, it ain't them. Do you know? It's stupid.
Yeah.
Unless there was something racially charged about the idea of it, but I don't see it. If he's just a villain on it,
like if Ghostface held his gun to the side and said like break yourself or some shit like that, then yeah, maybe.
And if he took, that kind of stuff, if he was like taking people's money and acting stereotypical, then it would be like, yeah, all right, fair enough. Now we're going down that line. But he's just the person. It's a reveal. It turns out it's a black guy or a black girl. Then so what? It's really stupid, because you can't just go, oh, I don't know. But look, people get offended over the smallest things these days, and people have a right to be offended sometimes, but then sometimes we just overreact. So I hope she doesn't really get too much more upset about that. Davy's looking up at the side.
Nah, because there's an ambulance driving by. But yeah,
any more questions?
Hold on.
I can't read them.
Yeah, Renamon tapped in and says that he heard that they're making another American Pie movie, and apparently it's going to be a spinoff. The American Pie movies are freaking the American Pie movies are burnt out already. Like that shit's dead. I mean, they had their shock value when we were younger, but it's over already, in my opinion.
But they also milked the spin-offs as well, to the point where they're now B movies. They went straight to DVD sort of thing, not streaming, but DVD. They didn't even make it to the cinema. The first 3 are classics. There was a reunion which I thought was okay, but I do like the first 3. And back in the day, 20 years ago now, actually it's 21 years ago since the last one, right? But they were really good. They were fun. But the spin-offs came out, and it wasn't even the main characters. I think they had the dad in them. I've seen bits and pieces of them. They were just became like real spoof movies, nearly silly even. So yeah, I mean, I think I did hear rumblings of something to do with American Pie. Is it a spin-off, or they're all back again? I don't know, but you never know. Look, you can't knock it until you see what they have in store. But then,
I just think those movies ran their course already. Like,
yeah, look, I agree.
There's like certain movies that just don't hit like they used to, and I'll give you a perfect example. So, remember when we had that era of movies? We had Superbad come out, right? And it was like this really raunchy, balls to the wall, very raunchy, straightforward comedy movies, right? And all of a sudden we had so many of those. We had Forgetting Sarah Marshall, you had 40-Year-Old Virgin, you had Knocked Up, you had the movie about the freaking role models, right? You had Horrible Bosses, you had The Hangover, right? Some of the movies are great, some of the movies are mediocre, right? But the thing that I'm trying to say is like, and then that led into Sausage Fest, which is something that we talked about the other day. I don't know, was that you or was I talking about it by myself? Sausage Fest sequel?
I was there. Yeah.
Okay, yeah. So like those movies are they're just dead. You know, like that was a 90s American Pie is like a 90s dude, where's my car? Can't hardly wait type comedy movie, right? That shit's dead. Like that era of comedy is just dead. It ain't funny like it used to be, right? I mean, everything comes in cycles. Maybe it's going to make a grand return, but I just don't see a modern audience finding that shit funny, right? That you have the overly raunchy shit, which is still around, but it's like a little bit toned down now because, you know, movies like Sausage Fest didn't do that good. And then all of a sudden now they're bringing it back for some strange reason, but whatever, you know. And they're starting to kind of try to bring it back because they have the movie about the dogs that were cussing. What's the name of that movie?
Oh, recently.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Strays.
It's Will Ferrell and stuff.
Strays, right?
Strays. I haven't seen that. Is that good? I don't know.
I don't know. Because I'm turned off by the idea of like the extremely raunchy movies like that because they're just not fucking funny. Like I don't know. Like to me, they're just not funny. Like it just wow, you cussed, big deal. Like cool. Like you made a vagina joke or you made a dick joke. Wow, amazing. Like, you know, or you made a dick reference. Yeah. Cool. You know, like it's just, I don't know. Like to me, it just, I don't know. Those movies suck, dude. Like this just, I feel like they had an era. It had a wow factor. It had kind of like one of those like, whoa, that caught me off guard. And it had its appeal for a little while. But once you start seeing it a lot, it's gone. It's like The Boys. The Boys to me has lost its buzz. It's lost its joy because now it's just like, overkill with the like killing, overkill with the raunchy jokes, and then they show like 15 penises per episode. I'm done with it. Like it's just too much. Like I can't handle this shit no more. What do you think? To be honest with
you, I still like The Boys a lot. I haven't seen the new season. I'm waiting now. I will get into it real soon. I do agree to the point like where are we going with this now? But they have officially announced the next season's the last one. So there's only 8 episodes of this one as far as I'm. But no, but that's a good 5 is fine, and if they can wrap it up nicely, that'll be great. But I really like.
I want to know if they're going to do what they did in the comic books, but we'll see.
We'll see. I think they changed it up a lot, as far as I know.
They have. From what I've read, I've glanced a little bit at different stuff and different source material. They changed a lot so far, but I would like the ending that they had in the comic books. But that's just me. So let's go ahead and so Scott Walker tapped in again. And he says, thank you. I gotta change the colors to this shit because this shit is like bothering me. But anyway, thank you guys for your honesty because he didn't mean any harm. It was just a simple question, and she got really offended. I mean, people get offended, man. You can't please the world. That's the shit I learned. And then my homie Dragon Movie Reviews. I did a couple of streams with my friend right here. He says, love the stream, fellas. I miss all those crossover, those gross out comedies of the 2000s. I think with streaming services and theaters struggling, the era of, what does it say? Apatho comedies in theaters is over. So going to the movie theater to see comedies is over. What do you think about that? You think going to the movie theater and watching comedies is over?
No. It's hard to say because like comedies, especially rom-coms, which I don't like. I'm just not a rom-com person. I hate them. But if you're going on a first date, either a horror or a comedy is the one to go to. Yeah. And sometimes you really do get good comedies now and again. I've been taken off guard a few times. But I don't know if it's dead. I think if a good comedy comes out, people will go to see it.
I think the only time people will pay to go see it is if it's a hybrid. It has to be a hybrid. It has to be like Bad Boys.
Laugh and they'll just go and see it as long as the trailer. Yeah, that's a good point actually. Bad Boys does have that mixture of where it will be. You will split. I haven't seen the new one.
Comedy action. It has to be a hybrid.
Yeah.
Straight up comedies ain't gonna work. I just looked up the freaking Strays made 36 million on a $46 million budget. So I think he's right. I think comedies are dead in the theater. What's the last comedy? Look, when's the last time you were excited about a comedy movie? Let's talk about that.
I don't really go and watch comedies. It'll have to be really, I have to hear good things about it before I go and watch it. I've only got a big handful of comedies that I love.
No.
I don't want to see them, but that's just me. And I don't like rom-coms. They seem to have a formula that they always follow, and it just does my head in. But yeah, it's been a while since I've seen anything. But I do have friends. I have 2 friends that do nothing but watch comedies. Yeah, and when a new comedy comes out, they're all hyper about it, no matter what the hell it is. Do you know what I mean? In general. So people like to laugh. People do love good comedies. You know, I've seen people laugh at the smallest things and really fall over about it. And I'm like, you know what? I'm glad that you actually found that funny, because you got really good entertainment out of it. I'm not knocking it. I'm just saying, you know. So yeah, I still think there's room for comedies. It's just we're in a different era now where comedy's changed a lot, and you've got to be careful on what you say and do as well. So
that's a good point.
Back a lot, yeah.
PC
We've got to
culture.
be
That's a
careful
great
what we
point.
say. You watch some of the I'll give you an example. Have you seen Blazing Saddles?
Is that with Leslie Nelson?
No. It's with Gene Wilder, and it's a Mel Brooks movie. Yeah, it's
Nope.
extremely racist to the point where people get offended, but it's actually not taking the piss out of black people. It's taking the piss out of white people, how they view black people, if you get what I mean. There's a twist in it. But both sides of the spectrum can get really upset, and people have. You could not make that movie today. In fact, if you even go back even 20 years, there's certain movies that you could not make today because of how people get upset.
Tropic Thunder.
Sorry? Yeah.
Tropic Thunder.
Perfect.
You couldn't make Tropic Thunder now.
No,
to me, the last good comedies I can think of is Hangover, Pineapple Express, freaking Horrible. The first Horrible Bosses was good.
I actually seen that. I like that. I saw it in the cinema.
Yeah, so that's what I'm saying. Like, I can't see myself going to a theater and watching a comedy anymore. Like, especially something with Kevin Hart, dude. I am sick and fucking tired of Kevin Hart. Kevin Hart is annoying as shit.
Him and what's his face? What's his name? The Rock. It's just them two. In fact, I haven't seen any of them.
I don't like The Rock either. I don't like The Rock either. The Rock is terrible. Like, I don't know why the fuck he's paid so much. He sucks as an actor. He fucking sucks. He's terrible. He's fucking terrible. So
I like him.
All right, look. And then we got what else? I was gonna say something else. But yeah, like those are the last movies that I really enjoyed. I mean, but like I said, the best comedies are hybrid comedies. Like it has to be like action comedies are a way to go.
Yeah.
So Renamon agrees with me. He says The Hangover. Hangover's a classic. Now the other two are kind of like, yeah, you know. Miss T said,
what? I really enjoyed the third Hangover. I really did. I had a lot of fun with that.
I mean, it's a good trilogy, but the first one is like top tier. Like that shit's top tier. Miss T said The Campaign.
Came out of nowhere.
Miss T said The Campaign. That's not a bad movie. And then Role Models. And then I remember at one point, like there was like a flood of like dumbass comedy movies like Talladega Nights. And then you had like
Step Brothers.
Step Brothers was another one, right? And
I
then,
like Step Brothers.
But Step Brothers was kind of like in that. Well, yeah, Step Brothers was in that. I felt like Step Brothers was kind of in that borderline raunchiness. But yeah, it's Step Brothers is in that area, and then also what's the other movie? Freaking, I just had it in my head, and I feel like it's a Will Ferrell movie. Damn. Talladega Nights. Freaking Ron, what's that movie? Ron, what's his name? He's a freaking news anchor. Ron Jeremy, Anchorman in that era. I haven't seen hearing either. They're not my. Good. It's not my type of comedy, dude. Like I don't think that shit's funny to me. Like, I'd like
to watch it and see. Yeah, it would be funny, but I just don't feel. I'm not feeling it as well. I just want to point out. Do you know what I did watch the other night? Ever heard of a film called Get Hard? And we were just speaking about it. Kevin Hart.
Isn't that Kevin Hart and freaking what's his name? Will Ferrell?
Will Ferrell, yeah.
It was all right.
I agree. It was very, very, very standard. There was a couple of moments in it that I actually thought was good, but it was very, very formula standard kind of a, Kevin Hart playing it safe sort of thing as well, safe
You know who
movie.
annoys the shit out of me now? Tiffany Haddish. She fucking bothers the fuck out of me now. I'm so sick and tired of seeing her ass, especially
Who's
now that
that?
she got a bald head. Ugh, she's fucking giving off Jada Pinkett vibes. Tiffany Haddish, she plays a very stereotypical black chick. I don't know. You have to look at her. She has a big ass mole on her face. Let's see. Dragon Movie Guy says Bridesmaids was brilliant. I never seen that movie.
I've never seen
But
it.
there was also an era where we had like the female type. What's that dude's name?
But people do rave about Bridesmaids. I've heard
No, a lot of people.
a lot of people saying that it was actually really good, and it's made me think about watching because it felt like it's in like that female version of The Hangover or something. I don't know.
Yeah, that's
But
what
yeah,
it was kind of like billed
I heard
as.
it actually was pretty good, so I might even put that on a list one time to watch because I've heard from people that I like and trust and respect that said that's really good. It's good.
Tiffany Haddish was cosplaying as Linnell in the new Bat. Really? Are you being serious, or are you just like that's a joke? That's crazy. What about Melissa McCarthy? Melissa McCarthy is really not that fucking funny. She's not like, to me, she ain't really that funny. She does have that one movie though where she like she's like I don't know, she's like robbing a bank or some shit. Like she wears like a paper bag on her head. I don't remember. She was like trying to rob a bank and get money for like her mom or her grandma or some shit. That movie was all right. But like this is what I'm talking about though. There is no fucking classic comedy movies anymore. There's no more fucking Fridays. There's no more Half Baked. There's no more Rush Hours. Like no fucking classic comedy movies are dead. Like the last classic comedy was Hangover, and the only reason why is because it was so over the fucking top, and it's just like it was different. It was different at the time, But there's just no fucking real classic horror. There's no real classic comedy movies anymore. That shit is a dead art. Bring back I need the Wayans brothers to get the rights to Scary Movie. Let's talk about that shit. I think the Wayans brothers needs that. They need to get that franchise back because the Scary Movie, once it left their hands, became shit.
Isn't there another one coming?
Yeah, I heard. But I mean, the Wayans brothers kind of moved on, and he started making fun of Paranormal Activity and shit.
Yeah. Oh, I just want to point out that I don't know, for people who like comedies, they are doing a new remake. I don't know if it's it's a remake of Naked Gun. Yeah, starring Liam Neeson.
Liam Neeson? He's not funny. How the fuck?
Well, he's all right. He's
I know Naked Gun is supposed to be like a spoof of James Bond, but are we fucking serious right now?
It's spoof of everything. You know what it's like. But I will say, I saw something once with Ricky Gervais, a little scene with Liam Neeson. I can call him Neeson, yeah. And I'm telling you now, I swear to God, my eyes were fucking pissing with water. It was so funny, and that's what Liam Neeson. It was. I'll show you. It's about AIDS. Yeah,
you gotta show me. But is it funny because Liam Neeson's a serious ass character, and it's just funny to see him joking, or is it funny because it's sincerely funny?
You know how his demeanor in we'll say like Taken,
exactly.
Yeah, right. But he was asked to do something, and he still kept that kind of serious kind of, and the way he did it so straight faced. And I have to show it to you. It's about AIDS and comedy, and Ricky Gervais saying you can't mix the two. You'd have to be very balanced. He says, listen, this is what I want to do. I want to be a comedian, and I want to have AIDS. And it's really funny. And I after watching that, it makes me think, yeah, there is a comedy element to him.
I gotta say, because that shit does not sound funny. I'm sorry, like that shit sounds whack.
Listen. I'm not explaining because I don't want to give away what it said, and I'll send it to you. But holy shit!
Look, here's the thing: I'm a funny person, or I like to think of myself as a funny person, and I'm hard as fuck to please when it comes to like comedy shit. Like I'm hard to please.
So
like I don't find much. Like I watch. There's been times where I watch comedy specials and I literally don't fucking chuckle at all. Let's take some.
We should do a reaction to it. We'll do a reaction to it. Yeah. That's
Dragon,
what we'll do. We'll do a
Dragon
reaction
Movie
to
Guy
it.
says Melissa McCarthy is brilliant, but she almost single-handedly ruined Ghostbusters with the whole wonton
No, I
routine.
wouldn't say it's not her fault. That film wasn't her fault.
Dude, all of the fucking female look, I'm sorry, look, all of the fucking those female comedians were talentless. They're just not funny.
I'm just saying that
Especially
film
what's
was
fucking
not her fault.
what's the tall chick name? Tall black chick. Leslie. What's her name?
I don't know. Yeah, it's
Leslie
Leslie
something.
something. And then there's
Leslie-
Christina Wig or something.
They're not fucking funny. I'm sorry. She's not fucking funny. I don't even know why the fuck she's on Saturday Night Live. She's not fucking funny at all. Super not funny. And I'll tell that shit to her face.
I'm just gonna say the film was just a dud. It's but it wasn't just one person's fault, and she did what she was done what she's supposed to do, and that was her job. It wasn't her fault.
All right, let's see the next one. Oh yeah, there you go. It was Tammy. The movie I was talking about was Tammy, and she robbed the McDonald's to pay for her mom's bill. Man, you want to see a good fucking movie? You should see that movie with that fat chick that raps. What's that shit called? Piggy? What's it called? Not Piggy. Fuck, what's it called? It's a fat white chick that raps, and then she ends up like dating some gothic black guy. I know it sounds crazy. It's called fucking damn, what is that shit called? It's gonna bother me. That shit was I love that movie. That shit's funny. It's a good movie too. Hold on, I'm gonna figure it out though. So chat, somebody help me out here. What the hell is the name of that damn movie? See if somebody said it. Damn, we got a lot of freaking the peanut butter PB&J. What's it? Patty Cakes. That's a fucking that movie right there. Patty Cakes, dude. That's a good movie. I like that movie. But let's take some chats because a gang of people chatted and we weren't hitting them. So let's see, where did I leave off at? Tiffany Haddish, Bridesmaids is underrated. Bridesmaids is underrated, but Hangover was better. I was saying that jokingly about Tiffany. Oh, okay. I was about to say she is not funny. Miss T with the thumbs up. Scott pops in with the do you think a Marvel DC movie will ever happen? I reckon it'll be a cool movie to see the Marvel superheroes and the DC heroes team up against the villain Spider-Man. But nah, that's not I never that shit is not gonna happen unless both companies get desperate. Scott Walker says, my fellow English man, what is the name of your YouTube channel? Movie Mash Reviews. I'll leave it in the description. You can click it.
Yes. Make sure you do like and subscribe because I need all the ones I can get because it's falling apart.
Yeah, I mean, if you put out content, maybe.
Yeah,
I found the
YouTube
video I told you about the other week. This guy who bought a black Ghostface mask and his black people got racially offended. Can't remember the name of this. That sorry, I thought you just said you found the video. What? I'm lost. I love comedy, and I'm a comedic person, but I hate stupid dumb shits for laughs. I hate when people randomly send me videos of shit they think is funny. Damn, you hit the nail on the head.
My phone gets filled. I can't tell you the amount of clips I get per day from people saying, "Oh, this and that," and it's like, it's
dumb.
To me, I'm hard to please when it comes to comedy. I really am.
All right, Dragon Movie Guy says I would love to see a reboot streaming series of In Living Color, the next generation of Wayne's family. That actually would be good as shit. I'm not even gonna lie to you. I would love to see that. In Living Color, and then you bring out a bunch of like young comedic people. That'll be cool. That's actually a good idea. You should pitch that.
Living Color, and I thought it was hilarious. Now it wasn't a thing over here, Living Color. But when I saw clips, I've seen loads of clips over the years of it, and it's with Jim Carrey as well, wasn't it?
Is that the one where he gets lost in the hood? That shit is funny. There's one where Jim Carrey gets lost in the hood. It's the funniest shit ever. I thought that shit was funny. I saw it recently where
he was in a restaurant telling everyone he was gay or some shit like that. It was just funny, and then he was on the phone with his wife to some kind of black operator, and the black operator was telling him, wouldn't your life be better if there was more black people in it? He was like, yes. And I was just like, you know what, that kind of, I don't know if you get away with that shit now, to be honest with you, but what I saw, it looks really funny.
Dude, I just thought about it. I think a movie with Marlon Wayans and like a prime Marlon Wayans and a prime Jim Carrey will be funny as shit because they're just so animated. I think it would be funny.
And their friends.
2016 Ghostbusters was weak. It should have been a sequel. Dumb and Dumber and the prequel are funny. Dumb and Dumber's a classic. Have you guys ever been here to Australia before? If you haven't come yet, there's lots of the tourist attractions, good food.
I will say I haven't been. I have family who live over there, but my son, his dream is to go to Australia and not only go to live and work there. I don't know. He's never been, but that's his number one place to go.
Only thing good came out of Australia is Wolf Creek. Wolf Creek was a fun ass movie.
Listen, Crocodile Dundee is the best.
Peanut Butter Lady. Oh yeah, PB&J. He says I'm not familiar with it. Marvin X Files says, "Tell your friend that DC sucks." Movie mash. Laughing my ass off. What's up, X Files?
Who said that? Who said that?
X Files. Hey, X Files. I wanna do the next freaking Acolyte review with y'all, or the little watch shit that y'all be doing. Let me know when y'all do that. Superhero movies are done. X Files says, "Yep, you're right. That shit's weak."
Yeah.
But dude, like X Files, let me know when y'all do the Acolyte video. I want to jump on that with you. I would love to argue with you online. We need more whale movies. Whale, like you mean like Free Willy, or you mean like whale, like as in that fat ass Brandon Fraser movie? Which was a great movie. I'm not knocking it, but I'm just saying, like, I don't think I need another movie where fucking Brandon Fraser is crushing the shit out of his daughter at the end of the movie. He fell on his daughter at the end of that movie, dog. I think he killed her ass. I think the ending of that movie is he crushed her ass. And Living Color
I think
was fire.
Like a Free Willy type movie.
I like the Brandon Fraser idea better. In Living Color was fire. Marshall Bill, Men on Film, Homeboy Shopping Network. Dude, Homie Don't Play That is fucking classic. Brilliant sketch comedy, SNL type, but not as stereotypical. What day you got off? I'm on vacation right now, buddy. So I got time. You just gotta let me know ahead of time. Like, I don't like that last minute stuff. You just gotta tell me when y'all doing it. Like ahead of time. So I won't be like, oh, like you be like, hey, we're gonna do that today. And it's like, yeah, we can figure something out. I could give you maybe you could swoop me up or whatever after you go to work or however it works off. We'll figure something out. I'll give you a petro, because don't you got like a propane tank or something? But anyway, we need more wild movies like Free Willy and other wild material. I think there was a time and place for that. That was like the 80s and the 90s and shit. I don't know if like animal type movies like that would go over like they used to.
If it was like kind of like somewhat animated where they talk and stuff like that, you might make a Disney type movie with it, or Pixar maybe. But the kind of Free Willy movie you're talking about, not only has it been done, but I don't think there's anyone asking for it, and I don't think the last one or two did financially that well. It's the first one that did good.
Y'all react to fucking movies at midnight? Are you serious? That's late as shit. You guys really react to Acolyte at midnight? It comes on at 6 o'clock. Why the fuck y'all do it so late?
Well, it depends where they are.
Now they're here with me. Like we're in the same damn city. Acolyte comes on every day at 6 o'clock on Tuesday. Why are y'all doing that at midnight? It ain't like X-Men. Like X-Men, we used to drop at midnight. That's crazy. We'll talk about it though, for sure. Y'all really gonna do it at midnight? That's crazy. What the fuck? That's wild. I mean, I guess I'll be down, but I'm gonna be sleepy as shit. You're not gonna get the best fucking argument out of me. I'll be sitting there. I'll fall asleep on camera.
That's the whole point, I think.
For real, dude. That's the only way you're gonna win in an argument with me is if I fall asleep on camera, huh? You know what? I'll challenge accepted, bitch. Pick me up. I was rolling with laughter at the end of The Whale. Awful ending to a great character piece, dude. That was such a good movie. Because I work, it's me. All right, for sure. Marvin, tell me the day and let me know. Pick me up. I'll fucking shoot you some money for your little gas tank or whatever it is that if you drive on hopes and dreams, whatever. Pick me up. Let me know the day. We'll do the shit. For sure. And I'll shoot you some money and shit. Because I know that you live in Barson, right? You know, I'm saying it incorrectly on purpose. So text me, Marvin. Anyway. Would you guys be interested in going to an actual Stu Macher house? Oh yeah, man, you asked me this already, man. Come on, man. You love Stu Macher.
I don't even know what Stu Macher is.
The freaking dude, what's his name's character from Scream?
Oh, right. The in the first one, yeah.
Yeah, freaking
Well,
not
yeah.
Billy, the other one, Stu Macher, duh. All right, Marvin, you said you get off at 9. So 9 on Tuesday? Is it 9 on Tuesday? Yes, 9 on Tuesday. All right, swoop me up on 9 on Tuesday. And then like I said, I'll shoot you some money or whatever. Matthew Lillard. I had the pleasure of meeting Matthew Lillard. He's a very nice person. He loves to hug people, and he laughed at my joke about being hugged like the black church. But yeah, Marvin is for sure. If you do it on Tuesday, scoop me up, hit me up the day. Come pick me up at 9, and then we'll go over there, do the reaction or whatever, and then we shoot back whenever. All right. For sure. We could do that. Cause I have some. I want to argue with you guys. Fuck it.
Who's Marvin? Is that Q Reviews? Is it
Marvin X? No, that's not Q. Marvin is some dude. Marvin X Files is a person that I met on Jody's Corner. He has some very wild, interesting takes. Most of the time they're wrong, but then sometimes he hits the nail on the head. But his takes are super exaggerated, but we love him for it. What are your thoughts on adult animated movies like Beavis and Butthead, Do America?
Beavis and Butthead is
oh yeah, in the South Park movie. Those movies in the South Park movie.
I love South Park now, but it's just I think movies for them, I don't know if they do well, but you know, Beavis and Butthead. The thing about Beavis and Butthead, they were very kind of MTV era, and the only way you could do that is a bit like them being out of touch with the times, you know, because the time for them and that era is gone, you know, and it wouldn't be as funny to people. But I think if you brought them and they were just out of touch and they were still into MTV and all these things from the 90s, maybe that would work. But I can't see it being successful, but you never know. I'm not an expert.
When are you guys doing The Boys, X-Files? You guys are doing The Boys and Star Wars on Tuesday?
That's a good idea. You should jump on that. The Boys, yeah, that would be good because I love The Boys, and talking about it, that would be good. That would be a good one for you to do.
Because you live in California, what is the safest place in California to visit and go? What can I tell you? My father is selling his pub, and he's taking my stepmom and fiance to America one day. I mean, the safest place, I haven't been all around California. I mean, if you're in LA, I wouldn't recommend. Look, if you come visit LA, I wouldn't recommend staying in South LA or West LA. South LA is super ghetto. I mean, you could probably there's a lot of sketchy shit that happens in South LA. If you've never seen or been around a lot of sketchy shit, you definitely should stay away. West LA sucks because you have to pay for fucking everything. It's a place where you literally pay to breathe. Like all the parking spots are paid for. There's permanent parking, or you got to park in a freaking a parking lot and you have to pay for that shit. It's pretty whack. I would recommend staying south, way more in the Gardena, Carson, Torrance, Harbor City, San Pedro area or whatever. Go that way, or go towards Anaheim, Norwalk, Bellflower. Go that way, or towards the beach, Redondo Beach, Manhattan Beach, so on and so forth. Go that way. You know what I'm saying? Palos Verdes is freaking amazing if you can afford it. There's $1 billion homes over there. Yeah, don't go to Santa Monica and Venice. You're gonna run into a lot of homeless people begging you for money for weed. Good question. Miss T says go to Nevada. That's hilarious. Go to Nevada. Nevada's cheap as shit, but it's hot as fuck over there. Yeah, Nevada's you can own a weapon in Nevada. Let's see. Oh yeah, that 2022 Beavis and Butthead movie sucked ass, Miss T said, which is very, very true.
I didn't even see it.
That shit was weak. I hated it. You know what will make a very interesting Scooby-Doo movie crossover between Scooby-Doo and Jaws, or Scooby-Doo and American Werewolf in London?
Yeah,
I think Scooby-Doo's done everything by now. Scooby-Doo's done everything. Scooby-Doo has done everything. I think Scooby-Doo's kind of like.
I think it's time Scooby-Doo became the serial killer.
Whatever the fuck he be doing.
Right.
Is Reseda where they filmed the Karate Kid movie? Reseda's cool. Ain't much. It's like Reseda's cool. It's not bad. You're honestly next to them. You're next to them freaking mountains in Reseda. Let's see. Let me text this fool.
All right, let me tell you a story.
Uh-oh.
So a couple of days ago on our last stream, I was raving about this film called Something Under the Water, right? So the story goes, there's a shark movie that's come out, and it's supposed to be, it's going to be a sleeper hit. Nobody knew about it coming, and it's supposed to be like everyone, all these people that I respect and like have been just saying the greatest things about it. No, it ain't no Shawshank Redemption type movie, but it's just a lot of fun, and it's come out of nowhere. So I was boasting about me wanting to see this and talking about it, and I told you a couple of times and all that, right? So I was like, this shark movie that's just come out, I've got to go. I have to see it. I need to know. And I love shark movies and stuff, as long as they're good, like The Meg and Deep Blue Sea. I'm not expecting it to be, again, Shawshank Redemption. But last night, I finally decided, yeah, this is it. I'm going to watch this. It's called Something Under the Water, is this new shark movie. So I was sitting there, I was watching it. And 5 minutes in, I was beginning to lose the will to live. Yeah.
5 minutes, damn.
5 minutes in, I was losing the will to live, right? And 10 minutes in, I was Googling where the nearest bridge is so I could fucking jump off it, yeah? And then I started like, all right, this at some point, this is going to get like really, really good. So just bear with it, because like I know it's not supposed to be great dialogue, but the film is fun, right? An hour in, and I'm literally like, I'm who are these? I've just lost respect for the people that said they liked it. Yeah, I don't know what's going on. What the hell? Anyway, so I started Googling this film, and it turns out, no, it's not Something Under the Water. It's called Under Paris. I was watching the wrong fucking shark movie, and they both came out at the same time. So I'm thinking, because I don't know anything about the shark movie, I just assumed it was that one, because I don't even know. The other one's called Under Paris. Because I heard it had something to do with France, and I was wondering, maybe I got it wrong. I don't know anything about this movie, and I'm telling you now that it's a shark movie. That you see the shark maybe once for about 10 seconds. You don't see any kills. You see the shouting and screaming. It was everything I hated in a movie, and I spent an hour and a half watching it. Actually, I started forwarding it because I couldn't take it anymore. But yeah, so that was my funny story. Don't watch Something Under the Water. Apparently, it's Under Paris is the one I was supposed to be watching. So I watched the wrong fucking shark movie.
Renamon tapped in and said, I like Scooby-Doo Apocalypse. I think I've seen that one. There's another one too. I like the one of Scooby-Doo on Zombie Island or whatever it's called. Scott says, scariest movie I've ever seen was Paranormal Activity. The first one, I was 18 years old. I was my last year in high school. I was so scared I couldn't sleep for 3 weeks, and I ran straight to my mom. Dang, that's crazy. It scared you that bad.
Let me tell you, I really enjoyed the first Paranormal Activity. I enjoyed the Blair Witch Project, to be honest with you, for many reasons. I think it has a lot of good about it. But anyway, regardless, so this found footage, it seemed to be, I think that Paranormal Activity kind of like went up a level with the found footage, and after that it was going mental. But that first one, there was some really, really creepy stuff on it, and even though I knew it wasn't real, I forgot myself, and I was even getting like goosebumps and stuff towards some parts of it, like when the guy put one of the bits where when he put some flour or salt on the floor to see, closed the door, and then there was footsteps, and then they realized the footsteps were in the room and stuff like that. I was like, oh shit, you know what I mean? So yeah,
I never seen Paranormal Activity.
Yeah, the first one's really good. I mean, some people, I think the third one's pretty good too. They're not terrible, but I think they went to the point where they just started milking the cow. And I watched a documentary recently on the first Paranormal Activity, and they had no money. It nearly didn't get made. Nobody was interested. They fought tooth and nail to try and make it. And when it made, it was a big hit. And I'm glad that they stuck to their guns and they made it. And it was good. It was fun. And I liked it. and I agree with you. It's not many horrors out there that would have scared me like that did back then. I was already immune, but that did give me goosebumps. So yeah, I'm with you on that.
Yeah, I don't know. I haven't seen Paranormal Activity, but I will say that I remember watching fucking Blair Witch. I remember as a kid, terrified the shit out of me. But once I got to adulthood and I rewatched it, I was like, this movie sucks. Like that shit was boring. And the thing about it is, the thing about it is, I'm like, I know why the movie was scary for me. It had a super hype behind it. Everybody thought it was real. It was crazy terrifying because we thought it was real. Then once the veil was lifted, then you're like, like it lost its lure.
No, it's very clever, so cleverly marketed, so cleverly done. And if you rewatch it now, sure, not a lot happens. But when I was a kid with my mates, we would tell each other's parents that we were staying at each other's house, but we would go camping. We'd buy a load of beers, and we were teenagers, young, and we stayed in the forest, in somewhere anyway. We stayed in the forest, and we're all pretty tough kids, and we all had machetes, and we were, and at night you'd hear this little creep and you're like, what the fuck? All of a sudden, man, we all got scared. It didn't matter what it was. And when I was watching the Blair Witch and you see those little sounds, I was like, I know how scary that is, no matter how many people you're with in the dark, hearing that in the middle of nowhere, shit yourself. Right. So I like the first Blair Witch. It's not that rewatchable now, but still I appreciate it more than others.
The movie that freaked me out, and it's a weird thing, but I remember watching the first Saw. That shit freaked me out, not because the movie was scary. It was just the scenario. The idea that somebody just drugs you while you're not paying attention and then like takes you and you wake up somewhere that you weren't there originally. And it didn't help that we were like, the movie finished because we saw a double feature. We saw Saw and then we saw Seed of Chucky, which sucked ass. And we got out close to freaking midnight. It's late at night. We're walking down the freaking empty street. You just hear like little footsteps, like, and you don't see nobody there. It was crazy. It was wild while we were waiting for my friend's dad to pick us up. But yeah, craziest thing ever. Let's see. Let's take some more. So, what are the chances the demon Toby could be real? The one from Paranormal Activity? That's a question for you.
All right. So, what do I think if he's real? In like real in like real life, or is it real in the films? Because I don't know. Now, everyone has.
I guess he's trying to say, like, is it based on anything real? Like, is it like you know how like all demons, like the demon from Hereditary, Paimon, or whatever his name is, Paimon.
Look,
he's based on somebody real. The one in the Hereditary, that's a real demon.
All right. So, okay, this is my all right. So it was never really said on the films that it was based on a true. Well, it's found footage, so that's not real, or as you know, as it is already. But when it comes to demons being real, there's billions of stories out there, like The Conjuring and stuff like that, about based on real demons and stuff like that. And if you're spiritual and you're religious and stuff like that, and you choose to believe those kind of things, then maybe you're real. Because I'm not an expert on what's real or not. I personally don't believe in ghosts. Now, and don't hate me for that. It's just I've come to the age where I just don't believe in ghosts. I haven't seen enough evidence. I've seen Most Haunted, where they're all running around in buildings with green cameras and see an orb and shit, and that's like, but there's no real evidence. So to me, if anything like that is real, I can't say for sure because I'm not an expert, but I don't believe it's real. And that films was never really, they were always made up. And if you watch the documentary, go and find the documentary of Paranormal Activity, all that was made up. It wasn't based on anything real, as far as I know.
I don't think, well, a lot of these movies aren't based on real, some of them are, but most of them aren't. But the thing about them are the demons in the movies are real demons. Like I said, like the demon from Hereditary, that's a real damn demon in some sort of mythos. I think the one from Sinister is a real one as well too. Like there's like glimpses of like facts buried in it, like in the lore at least. So freaking Dragon Movie Guy says, now I'm picturing a cow milking horror film. What the hell? How do we get a cow milking horror film? What do you think of a Bigfoot movie, Willow movie Willow Creek. Do you find it scary? I've never heard of Willow Creek. Have you heard of
Is
Willow
that the
Creek?
Australian one where
I'm
if
pretty
it's
sure
the
it's
one I'm thinking
Australian
about?
because he's Australian.
All right, yeah, then yeah, I've seen the first Willow Creek, and even though it was kind of a lot of film, it worked because you're in the outback of Australia in the middle of nowhere, and you've come across, like, we'll say, Australia's version of a hillbilly, yeah, and shit, this guy was fucked up, and I enjoyed that movie. Yeah, it was pretty good. I haven't seen the second one. I think there's a second and a third. I haven't seen those two. I actually went to the cinema to see the Wolf Creek. I remember enjoying it quite a bit, actually, because of the scenario, the setting, and where it was. It worked, if you know what I mean. It worked. So yeah, good movie.
Let's see. No, I mean, is the Toby Demon from Paranormal Activity, could he be real in real life? Look,
No,
look, here's the thing. Is there a demon running around named Toby? I doubt it. Like, is there like a root slave talking about, like, you know, Kunta Kinte? No, there's not one out there. Sorry. But
no.
Okay, look, I haven't watched Paranormal Activity, so I don't fucking know. But is the demon in the movie, right? Do they ever find out the demon's real name?
I think it was Toby.
Nah, man, it can't be Toby. Are you serious? That's like the shittiest demon name ever.
Toby was his name. Toby was his name.
Was his name Toby?
Getting back to the demon thing, right? Look, I'm from a Catholic Christian family in Ireland, right? And my parents and grandparents, they believe in ghosts and all that, and that's fine. I don't personally believe in demons and ghosts, so I don't believe any of it. That wasn't based on a real demon. If there's real demons and if there's real ghosts, Toby wasn't based on any specific one. He was just
there's no ancient Catholic demons named Toby.
No.
But yeah, all right. Any final for the next 4 minutes? We'll take questions. Any questions that you guys have for us? Any random questions that you guys have for us? Speak now or forever hold your silence. No more Scream questions. No more Free Willy questions.
Demon questions.
No more Jurassic Park questions.
No more demon questions.
Hey. Shit. But yeah, no, this was good though. This was good shit. I saw the freaking trailer for Penguin. The shit looked mediocre.
I didn't see it, no.
It's nothing. It doesn't look like anything special. I'm sorry.
Even though I thought he was really good on the movie, I'm not that interested until I hear it's out and it's great. I feel like by doing this, you're somewhat,
It's a TV
show, yeah. But what I'm saying is, I feel like doing this dilutes Batman a little bit. But again, I thought he was a good character on the film. I thought it was really good. I'll watch the trailer at some point. I'm just sick of watching trailers because they just literally
give everything away, right? Scott Walker basically gives us the synopsis for Willow Creek. I mean, I don't know. Bigfoot movie. I don't know. Any questions about anything? Do we have any questions in the chat?
Did you say Bigfoot in Willow Creek?
Willow Creek is about this couple who wants to find the famous Bigfoot location. Patterson Gremlin film, but they never make it there. The locals told them to stay away from the woods. Bigfoot gets them. Yeah, I guess.
That sounds actually like it might be worth watching then. I don't know that film. But I mean, Bigfoot, you know, I think that was done with Harry and the Hendersons, I think, at one point. And I don't know. I don't think there's much call for a Bigfoot movie, but you know, I might watch that one though. Any more questions?
Any questions? We got 2 more minutes. Any more questions?
Any more questions?
Speak now or forever hold your silence.
So I can go back to bed at 6. Was it 6 or 7 now?
Yeah, we're gonna wrap this up. All right, so check this out, guys. It was amazing having you guys here. Thank you, everybody that showed up. Shout out to Dragon Movie Guys. Shout out to Scott Walker. Shout out to Renamon. Shout out to Marvin X Files. Shout out to Miss T. Shout out to Perp Minded. Thank you guys for tuning in and chatting with your boy, hanging out with us. You know, will we do this tomorrow? Oh yeah, and also shout outs to Aaron Mitchell. Will we do this tomorrow? Probably not. I need a break. This shit's becoming
I'll
like
do it.
shout outs to Sean
I'll
Franklin
do
as
it.
well.
Subscribe and I'll do it. I'll be
You'll
able to
do
do
it?
it better tomorrow. My computer.
Your computer. So yeah.
Computer, my love.
Your computer love. But all right, y'all. So we are tuning out. Make sure to hit that like button on the way out. We enjoyed having you guys. Make sure to subscribe to this man's channel, Del Boys Movie Mash Reviews. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel if you're on this page. If you're not, you can find me at Cinema Chop Shop. It's the name at the bottom of the screen. Also like this damn video, share it with a friend, and we will see you guys next time. Adios.
I want to play a game. Subscribe now. The choice is yours. You're now exiting the Cinema Chop Shop.